Look, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people get results in the exact business that you're currently trying to make work. There are things that people do that lead them to massive success. And then there are people like the 99% of people trying to build this business who end up quitting really quickly, or they just never end up doing anything quite that special with the business altogether. And I'm going to go over a couple of reasons why that is in this video. Now, the reason why a lot of new sellers end up quitting super fast is belief that it will be easy. This one is massive, guys. If we show up and I tell you, hey, meet me here tomorrow, we're going to run 100 meters. That's all we're going to do. Okay. And then you show up tomorrow where I told you, and I'm like, hey, we're actually going to run a marathon. Is that cool? Well, your expectations were so high and so different. I won't even say unrealistic, because that's also an issue, but they were just so different than what the reality actually was that when you show up to run that marathon, you're like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not mentally prepared for this. So it's so much easier to quit. That's why my messaging, guys, I always am super clear. This takes time. This takes effort, and this takes skill that you can do, you can build, and you can succeed at this. But don't come in thinking that you're going to figure it out overnight. Because if you come in thinking that you're going to figure it out overnight, and then I tell you, hey, this is going to take some time, you're already one step behind everyone else who came in with the right mentality. So because I tell people the reality of things, I don't sugarcoat it. I'm just like, hey, this is a very simple business model. You can 100% do it and make it a reality, just like all of the people that I'm showing you on screen right now. There's no reason why you can't do exactly what they did, but you just have to come in with the right mentality. You have to be ready to work. You have to be ready to handle obstacles. The reason we get results, I think there's a couple of things, right? One is community, one is the coaching program, one is the access to me, but also one is we set the standard right from the beginning. We set expectations so that when people come in, they already know we're running a marathon. They already know they're going to get tired. They already know they're going to need to hydrate. They're going to need to do all of these things. So they come in and they're significantly more mentally prepared. So when they run into those things, they're not like, well, what the hell is this? You didn't tell me about this. You didn't tell me about that. No, we're all on the same page. And when you come in with that right mentality, guys, it makes a world of a difference. Another reason why new sellers end up quitting really fast is that changes are made on Amazon. There's no sugarcoating this. There's no like, hey guys, let's can still do it. There's changes that Amazon makes that one, sometimes don't make any sense at all. And two, they just suck, guys. They suck. There's no way going around it. But what is our alternative? If we're going to pursue this business model that is an incredible first business, we are going to need to deal with changes, and we're going to need to make pivots, and we're going to need to put out fires. That is the whole point of being a business owner. People think that they come into this business model, and it's so funny. It's like if you pay attention, it's like people come into this business model, they do really, really well. Amazon makes a change. Everyone loses their minds. And in some cases, some people are like, oh, I'm just going to end up quitting. And even if they did really well, they go on to do something else and they never find success anywhere else. They never do quite as well as they did with the Amazon business. But because they were so short-sighted, they didn't realize, okay, Amazon has its issues. No one's denying that. But if you have any experience in other businesses, you're going to realize every single business has its issues. It doesn't matter if it's your own solo business. It doesn't matter if you're coaching, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're running ads, if you're doing the influencer program, if you're on TikTok Shop, if you're doing affiliate marketing, SEO, it does not matter what you're doing. There will always be issues regardless of the business that you go into. And again, if you come in with the right mentality and understand that that's the reality, regardless of which shiny object you think is going to be sunshine and roses every single day, it doesn't matter what business you go into. Because you went in with the right mentality, you're going to be able to weather the storm and just continue to show up, because it is just part of the process and you fully understand and accept that. There's nothing that we can do about the changes that Amazon makes. We can accept it, we can choose to pivot and continue to show up and get incredible results, or we can just take our ball and go home. But you have to go home understanding that any court that you step on, any business that you show up to, they're going to have their issues. Next one, and this one's a big one. I even see this in my community, and I have to make sure that I tell my clients, hey, like, you got to get your mind right. You have to change your perspective. This is comparison. What seems like every single person and their mother finding success in every single business model, it's really easy to look at what somebody else is doing and be like, damn, I'm not there yet. I didn't grow as fast as them. I didn't hit that in my first 60 days. I didn't hit that in my first 90 days. I must be doing something wrong. And then you start to put put so much pressure on the process that you make it a miserable experience, and you're comparing yourself, but you don't realize that you're slowly just putting this really heavy anchor on yourself that's going to really hurt your progress. Comparison can either be a launching pad or it can be a massive anchor, depending on how you use it. The way that I just described is you're using it as a massive anchor without even realizing it. What you need to do instead is that you need to look at other people succeeding and then just realize, if this person was able to do it, there is no reason why you can't do exactly the same. They're just a little bit ahead of you. They just have more time on the court. They just have more skills because they've put in more time. But if you put in the same amount of time, there's no reason why you can't go on and succeed in exactly what they're doing. Like, who pops up to me the most when I talk about this is Mo. I had Mo on the channel. It took Mo 6 weeks to find his first profitable product. Most people want to quit the business model after 1 day of sourcing. He took 6 weeks to find his first profitable product. He just posted in my community, he's at a 35K month. So there's no reason why you can't do it. It's just whether you use that comparison lever in a good way or a bad way is going to have drastically different results. You always have to remember, why not me? If this person was able to do it, this person and that person, why not me? Why can't I go on and have a piece of the pie? Why can't I go and have success? But if you go and look at him like, oh no, I'm shitty, I suck, I'm this, I'm not there, oh my God, like this, guys, you're already lost. You've already lost if you use the comparison lever in that way. Another one is that they also just operate off of understanding the gist. They understand the general idea of what I'm supposed to do, and then they go and implement really hard. But let me give you an example. If I told you, hey, building a house, I mean, realistically, all you need is foundation, you need some framing and a roof. You're good to go. And then you're like, okay, well, that's all I need for the house. Let me go build this house, right? And then you go and show up, you don't know how to pour the foundation, you don't know what to set up, you don't set up the plumbing or the electrical, you don't even know how to, I got some wood, but I don't know how to do the siding properly. Where do I put the windows, the framing, where's the support beams, where's this, where's that? Oh shit, okay, well, now I have to do siding, and now I have to put the roof, and I have to put the shingles, and I have to do, you operate just off of the understanding of the gist. We go and we source and we try to find it profitably and we storefront stock, where other people, they have a deep understanding of what needs to be done, how to do it, when to do it. So they're able to just get drastically different results as you, even though we're both storefront stocking, even though we're both manually combing through a website. Because they have a deep understanding of what needs to be done and you just got the gist and ran with it, you're going to end up just spinning your wheels because you wanted to get ahead really fast instead of just taking the slower, methodical approach. You can still move quick. You just want to have a really good understanding of what needs to be done. So you're not just spinning your wheels and then hoping for the best and then wondering, how are people even doing this? And it's like, okay. And I think this ties into this last one, which is most people are just doing it on their own. If I separated people into two groups, the 99% and the 1%. The 99% of people are watching endless amounts of YouTube videos, consuming content on Instagram and TikTok, Twitter, wherever else they're getting their information. They're relying on AI and they're not getting nearly the results that they want to get. And guys, I talk to people all the time. I talk to people every single day about Amazon. So I have a different perspective and I'm able to kind of peek behind the curtain and really see what's going on. That is the path of the 99%. They're going to go, they may find a few products here and there. They're stuck on ungating, or then they tell you, yeah, I know, I understand everything. I just don't know how to source. Oh, so then you don't understand anything. Because if you don't even know how to get profitable inventory, you don't understand anything. You don't even understand how to build a business. That's the most important piece. That is the path of the 99%. And my assumption is that most people watching this, they don't want the path of the 99%. So what does the 1% do? You have to think of it like this. Your results are completely on you, whether you go and do it on your own or whether you stack the chips in your favor. But why wouldn't, for me personally, why wouldn't I want to go and stack the chips in my favor? I already know it's all on me. And this is what I tell my clients, like, look, I am going to meet you halfway. I'm going to give you all of this material, all of these resources, this community, and I'm going to show up and be there every single day, but you need to meet me halfway and you actually need to do the work because you're the one building the business. I can just give you a massive competitive advantage over the competition, right? So if I'm trying to learn this new skill, why wouldn't I want to stack the chips in my favor? It's already on me. Why wouldn't I want to give myself every competitive advantage that I could possibly give myself in order to help me succeed in this already difficult realm, which is starting an online business? Sometimes I'll have people people say like, oh no, I invested in this coaching program and it was terrible, so I'm never going to do that again. And I'm so glad that I never had that mentality, because I've probably spent 70,000 plus just on coaching, mentorship groups, communities, courses, stuff like that. I'd say maybe 20% of that money was where I got life-changing advice that changed my entire life. But if I would have just bought my first program and didn't get what I wanted out of it, so then I just threw in the towel and I was like, I'm never doing that again, I'm just gonna figure it all out on my own, I wouldn't even be here talking to you. I'd be back at the sheriff's office 1000%. There's been times where I've invested into 4 or 5 different coaches for the exact same topic, because I got a nugget from here or there from this coach or that coach. But it wasn't until that last coach where things just exploded to the point where I'm like, okay, I no longer need to invest in that area again, because I got so much out of it this last coaching program. And yeah, obviously I have a coaching program, that's why I'm telling you this, but I always lean on my client results. That's what I lean so heavy on, because we have the 99% of people who, like I said, I'm guessing you don't want their results. And then we have the 1% of people who are getting results just like this. These are people who are working full-time jobs, they're in the military, they're in school, they're retired, construction workers, blue collar, just regular people just like you and I. And this is the 1%. So they're doing things completely different than most people. So you just have to ask yourself as you're going through this journey, did I give myself the best possible chance to succeed? Or did I just let my ego get in the way, or let fear stop me from doing certain things that I just told myself I'm going to figure it out on my own, and now I'm stuck? Because you got to understand, like, there's people who have already done it. I've already helped hundreds and hundreds of people get results in the exact business that you're currently trying to figure out. The only reason why you're watching this YouTube video is because you're trying to build this exact business that I've already helped so many people build. So wouldn't it make more sense that instead of me going and reinventing the wheel, learning lessons the hard way, because I think everything's on YouTube, wouldn't it make more sense to just tap into a blueprint, a community, and a mentor that has already laid everything out for me? There is nothing noble about doing it on your own. I didn't do anything on my own. I always hired coaches. Always hired coaches, because it would streamline the process significantly. They've already figured it out. Why would I go and reinvent the wheel? But also in my client interviews, my clients will tell you every single time, I tried to do this on my own. I tried going off of a bunch of YouTube videos. I just interviewed Mark. Mark's like, yeah, we tried for like 3 months. We bought a $5,000 wholesale order. We couldn't even sell it. So we ended up eating a big portion of that cost, and then we recouped half. Rob's like, I tried going off of Seller University and also YouTube videos. I just couldn't make any progress. Alex, he had a 30K month. He was on the channel as well. He's like, I tried doing it on YouTube for months and I wasn't able to grow. Mark, a different Mark, who was on the channel twice, he was stuck at 2 to 3K going off of a bunch of YouTube videos. He just hit 6.6K in profit the last 5 days. The last time I had him on the channel, he was at a 415K in revenue. He's probably well past that, averaging 10K profit months, way more this month. But you have to understand, the 1% of people who get results, they stack the chips in their favor. They give themselves every single competitive advantage. So before you end up switching to the next shiny object, just ask yourself, did I give myself the best possible chance to succeed? With that being said, I do have a mentorship program. We have had amazing results. Like I said, I've helped so many people just like you and I build this business, make progress, and get results. If you guys are interested in that, it's the first link in the description, or you can shoot me a message over on Instagram. I'd love to talk to you, and then we can see if you're a good fit for the program or not. But like always, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you found some value from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.